Well, for the better part of 2 months, protests in the Rose City have been happening night after night. They, of course, stemmed from the death of George Floyd. Well, tonight, we're hearing from a man who says he was shot in the head by federal police. Fox 12's John Hendricks has the story.
Many times these protests have turned violent, police saying that they've been peppered with fireworks, metal balls, and other items while outside the federal courthouse. In recent weeks, we have seen federal police in town, and tensions have escalated yet again with injuries happening on both sides of that fence. These are the moments just after midnight on July 22nd, unrest in downtown Portland as protesters square off with federal police. This is the perspective from Andre Miller of Portland.
We pretty much make sure that everybody's safe. We walk around, we make sure that there's no outside agitators.
He's been a part of these protests since they began several months ago, but what is different about this night? Miller will end it in a hospital room.
I got in between 4th and 5th in Maine, and that's when I realized that something hit me in my head.
Hey, I got hit, come on.
He was hit by some sort of projectile he says came from federal officers down the street, clearing the area around the federal courthouse.
Once I realized that I was bleeding, I turned to my fiance and said, I'm hit. And then as soon as I said that I was hit, a whole bunch of blood just started going down my face.
Hey, did you get hit in the head?
I'm going down, yo.
Fragments of what he was hit with are still needing to be removed more than a week later.
I really thought that I was gonna die.
You're okay, babe. Come on, babe.
His story is not unique. Social media is littered with others sharing their stories. Across the fence, federal police are also reporting injuries. This same night, an officer suffered chemical burns from a firework. According to press releases from Homeland Security dating back to July 18th, 38 federal officers had been injured in some way from nightly violence. For Miller, they are working on filing a lawsuit against the federal government. He says in the near future, he wants to sit down with local leaders to share ideas for change.
We want to bridge this gap, and if we want to create a better Oregon together, then we need to have this meeting, and that's our first demand, is to have a meeting with them to see how we can move forward.
We have reached out to the federal government on Miller's injuries. We've also asked if we could speak with any of the federal officers that have been injured in all of this. We have not heard back from them on either thing. When we do, we'll be sure to update you. Reporting from TUALATIN, John Hendricks, Fox 12 Oregon.